nothing is impossible. That very word itself says, I'm possible. Good morning, friends, and welcome to my channel. I am the Soap Chef here on this channel where we make all things with a rather good lather. In today's video, we're going to do a side-by-side comparison. I thought that it would be fun to do a batch of soap. I need to make some unscented and uncolored soap that it's just going to be naked. Bare naked is what we're calling it. There's no color, there's no scent. And so I thought it would be kind of cool to do like a side-by-side comparison. One of them with just a couple of base oils that most soap makers use, and then another one with those same oils, but we're switching out one of the oils. And I'll tell you what that's all about in just a moment. Before we go over there to Creation Station, you guys, just a couple days ago, I did the Cocoa Butter Cashmere soap. Never soaped that one before. That's a new one in my line. I didn't like the way that the soap came out. My error has nothing to do with the fragrance. The fragrance is banging, y'all. Get some. But I'm bringing that up because look, it still looks awful as far as that's concerned, but I took some soap dough, and by soap dough I mean some soap that was really, really soft. I didn't specifically make soap dough, but I took some that was really, really soft, just like cut a little piece off and smashed it on top of a stencil, because everybody seems to be doing that. B from Sorcery Soap, she's doing it. I think it's really cool. And then the other day I watched Karen from Eden's Secret. She was doing it. So I thought, you know, let me try to do that to see if that's, I'm sorry, I'm looking out the window. There's somebody just jogging by. Hi there. It's 6 degrees outside, but okay, do you. Anyway, so does it look a little bit better? Probably, but you know, I've never even worked with anything like soap dough before. I've never made it, never used it, never did anything. But I think it makes it a little bit better. I just need to practice, that's all, because it's smeared. Like you can see, it's not a solid thing, it's like smeared, but a little bit better. Damn, y'all, get some of this. On that note, get it? On that note, I keep on smelling this and keep on smelling this and keep on smelling this. I can't stop smelling it. Like I go over here and I take this off and smell it constantly. And then I go over by the soap that I just made and I pick that up and stick that in my nose. So I just can't stop. But you know what? I think it's because it smells really, really similar to me, to my nose, to something else that I used to soap with a long time ago that I still have a teeny tiny little bit of. There's not enough to do anything with. Every just once in a while, I'll go over there and I'll take a sniff of this. You're not even going to be able to see this label. That's how old this is, but it still smells fantastic. And I'm racking my brain, what the hell does this remind me of? It's really similar to something I've smelled before. What is that? There's a lot of powdery notes in this one, like a lot of musky, amber, powdery notes in this one. It smells almost identical, and again, you're not going to be able to see this. Well, you might be able to. Let's see. Here we go. Hanoi Mori Butterfly. And I got this from the Scentworks. All you OG soapers from 20 plus years ago. Yeah, Hanoi Mori Butterflies from the Scentworks. I knew it smelled familiar. I knew it did. And I'm telling you, it smells almost identical with the exception of this really does have, I know the notes don't say so on their website, but this has some citrusy notes in it. I can smell it. There's absolutely some type of citrus in here. There is. I can smell it. But it's really, really similar to Hanoi Mori Butterflies. Now that that's out of the way, I've showed you what I did to the soap. I don't know if I'm going to do that with every single bar. That took a long time. All of you creators out there who do this and create all your little cute soap dough characters, when can you find the time to do those things? That took me forever, and it looks like hell. You know, it'll get better, I suppose, but I don't have the time for that, you guys. Unless you guys only just do that like on your off season. Like right now is my off season. January, February, March is my off season. I don't do anything. I could do events. There are some. There's a lot, actually. There's a lot of inside events around my area, but there's no way. I busted my rear end last year. Practically killed myself. And so my little reward to myself is I'm taking the entire winter off. January, February, March, I do nothing. I still create. I don't go out and schlep my wares at all. Those of you who do this type of stuff, like with the soap dough, and now everybody's doing the smearing thing on stencils, when do you have time to do your business? As lovely as these things are, and they look great when done correctly, they look great. I don't have the time, you guys. In the middle of my busy season, when I'm doing 2 at a minimum, but most of the time 3 events every single week from April to the end of December. I don't have the time. I don't know how you guys do this. Anyways, that's enough of this kind of stuff. I ramble on and on and on and on, and I forget what we're supposed to be doing, which is going over there and making these 2 different soaps side by side. They're sitting over there. They're ready for me and you. You want to come and we'll see. And then tomorrow, well, for you, it'll be just a couple of minutes. Tomorrow, when I come back and we cut these, we're going to do a lather test. That's the whole point of doing this. I thought it would be fun to do a side-by-side comparison of the oils that soap makers generally try to stick to and oils that you can find in your local supermarket. And what's the difference as far as hardness, the bubble factor? We're going to do the lather test. We're going to do all of those things tomorrow. But today, we're going to go make the stuff first. You want to come with me? Come on. Okay, friends, we are over here at Creation Station and we're going to get going. We have 2 different soaps that we're going to be doing. Neither one is going to be scented, neither one is going to be colored, and the only difference between the 2 is we're going to swap out one of these ingredients because I wanted to do a side-by-side comparison on the hardness and the bubble factor, which we will be getting into tomorrow when we do the lather test. So I'm going to give you guys the recipe. I'm going to hold it up here to the camera. I'll let you know first if you want to write it down. So we're going to be using the 3 base oils that most, I'm not saying all, most soap makers use this combination, this trifecta of coconut, palm, and olive. And then a good majority of soap makers also throw in some castor oil for the bubble factor. And by the way, both of these recipes are exact as far as the percentages are concerned on each of the oils because I wanted to make it as comparable and similar as possible so that one doesn't have a really great advantage over the other when it comes time tomorrow for the lather test. So we have coconut oil at 32%, palm oil at 32%, olive oil at 31%, and castor oil at 5%. And these are your base oils that most soap makers will use. I have replaced 100% of the water with the aloe juice because that's going to help with the bubble factor. And the other batch as well, we did the whole aloe juice instead of water. But there's so many different things that you can add for big bubbles. If you guys go over to Soap and Clay's channel, Mrs. Soap and Clay did quite an extensive and thorough and very informative and very educational big bubble batches, and she compared different oils and butters and what they bring to the table, as well as all kinds of additives that you guys can use to increase your bubble factor. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the recipe. If you guys want to go ahead and take a screenshot of this. So this is using the palm oil, okay? Ooh, sorry about that. I'll leave that up on the screen for a second. Take a screenshot. Okay, so we left the water percentage of what Soap Calc usually recommends for everybody, which is 38%. I don't use that much water. I always soap at 33, but we're just going to go with what Soap Calc recommends because this is basically for newbies, right? This video is not for a seasoned soap maker. This is for people just starting out, and if you can't afford to buy your oils and butters online and have them shipped to you, then you can go to your grocery store and buy all of these, except for the palm, but we'll get into that in a moment, okay? So we're gonna put this on the side. Everything is ready to go. I have all of my equipment on. I've got my long sleeves, I've got my gloves. I know this freaks people out with the clear gloves. They think I'm not wearing gloves, but I am. And I've got a whole box of these to go through before I get into the blue and the white colored gloves. So, all right, goggles are going on. Before we begin, let me just take a quick temp, see what everybody's at right here. All right, so we're at 119. For my lye solution, and I know the oils are going to be cooler than that, or at 113, I'm sorry, 103. So there is actually quite a little bit of difference here, but they're both under 120, and so we're just going to call it a day. All right. I'm also using this little squat container, as well as the next batch we're going to be doing is in a little squat container. So I'm going to be curious. I just got these. So I'm going to be curious as to see if there's any splashing. Hope not. Okay. Lye solution into the pool. The aloe juice gives the lye solution quite an interesting scent. It's odd. All right, let's give this a buzz. Now, a lot of the times when I'm mixing, I can tell by looking if there's going to be separation without taking the stick blender out and looking, because it is separating, I can see that it is. But without doing that, I can look down in my oils and my lye solution and see that there is separation. I can see like little oil slicks happening. So that means we're not emulsified yet, and we need to keep on going. All right, let's take a look now. It's getting nice and thick now. It is at a light trace, okay? So let's see if everybody's playing nice and nobody is separating here. And if you guys aren't used to seeing that, hold please, let me get my spatula. If you guys aren't used to what it's supposed to look like on the end of your stick blender to make sure that your oils and your lye solution are not separating, if that's like a foreign thing to you guys, then you can go ahead and take the back of your spoon. Like, you can take any spoon, okay? Take the back of your spoon, dip it in, turn it over, and see. Is anybody separating? No, everybody's staying together really nicely, okay? And as you can see, this is thickening up quite nice, and that's because of the recipe too. So we're just gonna pour it right in here, you guys. No color, no scent, because again, this is gonna be our bar naked for those people who have been requesting an unscented bar. So we're going to not only give them an unscented bar, but we're going to give them an uncolored bar as well. Well, so far these small little containers are okay. These squat ones, I didn't experiencing any splashing, so that was good. All right, you guys, give me one moment. I'm going to go and give this a little bit of a smash down. Right, now we're just going to do a light texture on the top. All right, good enough on that one. Give it a little bit of spritz of alcohol. Alrighty, you guys. So this is our first batch, and this is with our coconut, palm oil, olive oil, and castor oil, and that's it. No scent, no color. And we're going to come back tomorrow and we're going to pit this against the next batch that we're going to do right now together. So bear with me while I get all of that back up on the table. Give this a quick disinfecting on my table and we'll get right into our second batch. Okay friends, we are ready to do our next batch. So this batch is going to be exactly the same as the previous batch. We've replaced 100% of our water with aloe juice. We are using 32% coconut oil, 31% olive oil, and 5% castor oil. And the only difference between these two batches is we're going to be subbing out palm oil for the Crisco that you can buy at any supermarket. The new Crisco, which has the palm in it. Hold on, here we go. Like I got this, and I bought this size because Mr. Soap Chef is a baker and he can use the rest of this to bake pies and cookies and things like that. But anyway, you want to make sure that you're getting the all vegetable shortening. It has palm oil in it. Basically, this is hydrogenated soybean oil, you guys. And then they put palm oil in it too, okay? So you can get that. You can get the Crisco, the all vegetable Crisco. You can get that at any Walmart. You can get the coconut oil at any Big Lots. You can get your olive oil at any Sam's Club or BJ's. I'm giving you guys the least expensive places to purchase these things. And you can get your castor oil at Walmart or any pharmacy like Rite Aid, Walgreens, CVS, any of those type things. So here's the recipe for this. Take a screenshot if you'd like. Everything is exactly the same. The water amounts are the same. The total of oils is the same. The percentages of each one of these oils. I'm just subbing out palm oil for the Crisco that has the palm. So if you, again, like I said before, if you guys really kind of can't afford to be placing orders online and paying for shipping and handling and all of that, go to your local grocery stores or your pharmacies. Okay, and you can pick up every single one of these. And then tomorrow we're going to do the lather test and see which one beats what. I already know what's going to happen, but we're going to wait until tomorrow. We'll let you guys be the judge, okay? So, ooh, let's take our temperatures just for fun because we already did that before. So let's see what we got here. All right, so we got 105 on our lye solution. And we got 99 on our oil. All right, goggles going on. Lye solution into the pool. Alrighty, buzzy, here we go. Alright, let's give it a little looky-loo. Looks like everybody's playing well. Just a little bit more. Alright, that's good enough. I can tell you that I have soaped with the Crisco that has the palm, the all vegetable Crisco. I have soaped with that. I don't anymore, but I have. And there's really no reason why I don't anymore. I just don't. You're going to see tomorrow. I'm not even going to say anything else because I want you guys to be the judge, okay? Of what you think the differences are and which one you think might be better. All right, we're just going to pour this right in, you guys. No scent, no color. This is a little bit more fluid than the last batch. I might have mixed that one a little bit longer. I'm going to leave a link down below, you guys, to the video on Soap and Clay's channel of where Mrs. Soap and Clay was discussing, you know, big bubbles and nice lather and so forth and how to achieve that, because there's no sense in me regurgitating it. You know, she does an excellent job of teaching. So why try to fix the wheel when it's not broken? You know what I mean? She did a great job. I trust her explicitly. on board with everything that she has done over there on her channel. So I'll just leave that link below and you guys can go and check that out for yourself. Really good information. Lots of different additives. Your beers and your wines that have a lot of sugar in them, you can add those for your liquid portion to help increase lather. You can add sugar, honey, purees, milks. Anything that has a sugar content in it is going to help with your bubbles, okay? Now for this one, I think we're just going to go and take our chopsticks so we can know which one. Now, obviously we know which one because they're in completely different molds. The other one is the tall Nurture Soap mold, and this is one that Mr. Soap Chef made. But we're just going to go ahead and give it a twirligig here. Is that a word? Twirligig? It's probably not going to come out. This design is probably not going to come out because it's still a little bit too loose on the top. But again, you know, we all know which one is which, because the molds are completely different. So we will know that this short little mold that Mr. Soap Chef made for me, this has got your Crisco from the grocery store. And the other taller mold, the Nurture Soap mold, that is going to be made with all of your other oils, your palm oil. Let's give this a little squirt. Okay, that's it, you guys. We're going to come back in 18 to 24 hours. We're going to take a look at these. We're going to cut these into bars, and then we're going to do a lather test on them side by side, and we're going to see if we can see any differences in the lather. So stay tuned, you guys. It's just going to be a couple of seconds for you guys. For me, it's going to be tomorrow. So we will come back together then. Good morning, happy people. We are back the next day and we're going to cut into the 2 loaves of soap that we made yesterday. The first one we're going to cut here is the one that we made with the Crisco, the Great Value brand Crisco with the palm in it. And then we're going to go ahead and cut the other loaf that has just the palm. Then we're going to do a lather test. So, all right, let's cut into this. Again, this is the one that's got the Crisco. So this is the loaf that all of the ingredients in here you can find at your local supermarkets. CVS, Rite Aid, Walgreens, you know, all of that. Pull one out of the middle here. No color, no scent, just completely naked. So we're going to actually get rid of all of these. Give me a minute. I'm going to put one off to the side, and that's the one we're going to use for our lather test. All right, let's get ready to do our second loaf. So this is the one that has got the palm oil. All right, let's give it a cut. Whee! All right, let's put you over here. I'll get everything out of the way. I'll take a piece from the end, just like I did with the other one. So this is going to be our test bar. Now, keep in mind, you guys, these are soft still. You know, this is just the next day. So the bar is going to change over time as it continues to cure and harden and get more mild. Okay, you guys, ready to see how these perform? Which one do you want to do first? Let's do the palm oil one first, since that's the first one that we made yesterday. Again, it's soft because I just cut it, you know, so it's going to take some time. But we're going to see how the lather performs in comparison to using the Crisco. If you are one of those type of people that goes by the soap calc numbers, then as you saw with both of these recipes, the numbers are extremely similar. I don't normally go by those type of numbers. It's really just a guideline more than anything else. It's not tried and true, and a lot of those numbers are wrong. But be that as it may, let's get right into this. We're going to do the first one that we made yesterday with the palm oil. We're going to see how that lathers. Okay. All right, so here is the type of lather that you can expect out of the first recipe. Again, this is most soap makers. I hate to even say that. How do I know? Do I know what every single soap maker uses? No. I'm gonna say though, I've done enough research, I read a lot, I observe, and a good majority of soap makers use the coconut, palm, olive, and castor recipe. And this is the type of lather that you can expect to get off of that bar in the percentages that I gave you guys with the recipe yesterday. It's thick, it's creamy, they're nice, big bubbles that sustain themselves. So that's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It feels creamy, luxurious. The bubbles aren't going away. That is a wonderful lather, a rather good lather. It actually holds its peak too. Look at that, that's fantastic. All right, let's wash off our hands in here. Wow, and this water is so silky, but yet when I take my hands out, they don't feel greasy. They feel clean and moisturized and luxurious. All right, that was the one with the palm. Now, let's put you over to the side because we're done with you. Let's get into the one that we made with the Crisco, okay, and see if there's any difference. Okay, let's take a look at that lather. That's a rather good lather too. What are you guys noticing, if anything? Are you noticing anything, any differences between the two as far as the lather is concerned? That's a beautiful lather. That is fantastic. Look at that. That's beautiful, you guys. I'm not going to give you my comments because I've done this before. I've used this recipe before in the past, the one with the Crisco. I know how it performs. I know what it feels like in comparison to the other bar, which is made with the palm oil instead of the Crisco. What do you guys think? Either way, as you can clearly see, the lather is pretty much the same. I mean, they're big, huge bubbles that maintain their shape. They don't disappear quickly. It's very, very creamy. The water feels luxurious. My hands feel fantastic. They're not squeaky clean, which makes me think that they're going to be dry afterwards, but yet they're not like oily feeling either. You know, it's just a fantastic combination of both of those things. I feel clean and I feel moisturized. So what do you guys think? Leave me some comments down below and let me know what you think of these two bars of soap. One is coconut, palm, olive, and castor. One is coconut Crisco, which has the palm in it, olive, and castor. You guys just saw for yourselves the lather test. Let me know below what you think. And feel free to use those recipes, make them, try them, come back and let me know what you think, okay? Till we meet again, you guys, you know the drill. Be kind, stay humble, and take care of yourselves. We'll see you soon.